Hello again, and welcome to video 3. Videos 1 and 2 were all about getting your teams sorted out for whichever competition it is that you're running. But now we need to add our players when they hand in their entry forms to you. You need to know what teams they've got and a few other things. So don't be put off by the fact there's all these names here. They're just ones I'm expecting an entry from. But if they don't enter by the time the competition starts, I'll just delete them. The green ones and the black ones don't mean anything. They're not relevant. They're only helpful to me because the ones in green are the ones in the prize competition that have already paid to enter. Now, the last entry I made here was Patrick White. And you will note it says Patrick on its own. Oh, hang on. Yep. White on its own and Patrick White there. And that might look a bit overkill, but it's sensible because if we go back to the top and you can see up here Dave Barton is alphabetically the first one by surname and Curtis is second by surname. But if we didn't do the sort based on column B, which is the surnames, followed by column A, which is the Christian name, then Dave Barton wouldn't be on top because, as you can see, Curtis, if we sorted it by column C, Curtis would be above Dave because C comes before D. But Barton comes earlier than Billinger, so that's why it seems to be duplicated. It's just you use these A and B for the sort, and for displaying the information you use C, and everything's tickety-boo. So let's get back down to the bottom again. So as you can see, the last entry I put in was Patrick. Now Mickey, who's Patrick's dad, has told me his dad wants to enter. However, he hasn't yet told me his father's Christian name, so I'm going to put him in as Dad. So it's Dad White, and you will note White auto-completes once it gets past the I. That's because up here we have White, and here we have White with a Y. So once it knows it's the only option, it'll auto-complete it. So just do that, and then we'll put Dad White in here, and tab across to the teams. Now this is really useful when you're putting the teams in normally. Always do it at the bottom here, and in normal circumstances all this won't be empty space. All of these will already have been filled up if you were putting them in as you receive them. So as it happens, Dad is having Germany as well. So you type G, it automatically completes Germany. Tab is having England as well, so type E, automatically completes. Funny enough, he's having Italy too, so type in an I, auto completed. And again, France is auto completed because he has them. In this group, he has Wales, so you type in Wales, and you will note that didn't auto complete, even though up here in Daryl's teams we have Wales. But Excel only looks at an unbroken sequence of cells. So had these 4 rows not been empty, that Wales would have auto-completed. But no problem, it's easy enough to type. And Poland, which again he has got, and here he has Slovakia. And in box 8 he has Sweden, which again auto-completes. Now, you will note they're not in the correct alphabetical order here because W obviously comes before Z. So you just whip back up to the top here, as instructions up there in red tell you, select cell A4, click on the picture, and job done. Now if we go back down to the bottom, you'll see Patrick and Dad have moved up to the correct alphabetical positions, leaving Andy and Carol at the bottom. So that's the putting each player's teams in, and that's all you need to do with those. Now the next thing you need, and you will find out later in the next video why you need this, but the next thing you need is each player must have their own tab. So we've got Patrick's here, and as you can see, Patrick's name's up there in red, and the tab's named Patrick White down here. All of these teams auto-complete, so we're just going to do one for Dad White. So you right click on the tab, select move or copy. Tick create a copy, then decide where you wish to put said copy, which will be above Jade, because D comes before J. So we put it in front of Jade, click OK, and now it's moved to in front of Jade, but it's called Patrick White 2, so we need to rename that. So right click again, select rename, and just type Dad White and hit enter. Pardon me. And that's now Dad's tab, because you can see here Patrick's is still there. Now up here, of course, it says Patrick's name. So when we change that to Dad White, what will happen is Germany will stay the same, England will stay the same, Italy will stay the same, France will stay the same, because Patrick and Dad both have them. Ukraine will change into Wales, Poland will stay the same, Czech Republic will turn into Slovakia, and Sweden will remain the same. And if you don't believe me, just watch this. Bingo! So you don't have to worry about anything at all every time you add a new player. You just put their teams in here at the bottom, run the macro by selecting A4, hit the picture, macro done, because it's landed on finished. Then you go and add a new tab, as we just did with that. And when you do add it, you remember, right click, move or copy whichever one you wish to copy from there, then place it where you want it to go, as we did just previously, then rename it to the name of the new player, and then up here type in the name of the new player, and all those teams will change automatically. And I think that's all you really need to know about putting your players' teams in. So the next thing we need to be looking at is what the players' scores are in any given competition. So we'll do that in video 4, which will be following very shortly indeed. Bye for now.